Hi ma'am, this is Janice Nathan Torres from 9 Asia, and this is my reaction about the theatrical play Les Miserables that I have just watched. So, um, these are all just based on, in my opinion, and first of all, the lesson that I have learned in the story of Les Miserables is that people change, people can change. People can change if they are willing to. So he can be a bad guy then turn into a good guy if he wants to. So yeah, now let's talk about the things that I have noticed in the play, the advantages and the disadvantages that I have noticed. So let's start off with the advantages. Now the first advantage is the actors and the actresses. So they did a really great job in expressing their feelings or showing their feelings to the audience. So it makes the play more realistic for the audience. Now their ability to sing is outstanding. It makes the play more entertaining to watch. Now the memorization of their script, they really did very well on memorizing it. They did not really forget about us even a single word. Now they also showed how confident they are on stage while performing it. Now number 2 is the chemistry. Now what I mean about the chemistry is on how they communicate with each other, on how they act with each other. Now the chemistry between the actors and the actresses is really great. They seem to be having fun while performing it, which makes the play more interesting to watch and more fun. Now the actors and actresses, they also had a chemistry with the audience. Now what I mean by that is they made the audience think that they are also in the play, they are also in that same situation, they are also in that same place. Now number 3 is the stage. They only had one backdrop, but they use it nicely. They perform the scenes very well while having only one backdrop, which is impressive. Now the lighting is on point. Now let me explain what I just said. The lighting is on point. The lighting is on point. The guy who is handling the lights did a really great job on whether to turn on, when to turn off or on, or when to spot the light to someone. Now number 4 is the costumes or their outfits. Now the costumes or their outfits is really presentable to the audience, and that's a thumbs up for me. Now number 5 is the props. They use a lot of props, which makes the play more realistic. Now I have said realistic too many times now, so for me the props makes the play more like you're really in that place or you're really doing it. So I hope you understand what I just said. Now number 6 is they added something to it. They added some twist into the story. They added some comedy in it, some comedy in it, which makes the play really more entertaining. Now, let's talk about the disadvantages that I have noticed. Now, the disadvantages that I have noticed is one is the backdrop. They only had one backdrop, but if they had more backdrops, it would be much much realistic, more realistic, um, because having one backdrop only like will feel a little bit boring. So maybe that's a disadvantage. Now, number two is the speaking of the lines. So some of the words it wasn't really clear for me. I didn't understand some of the words that they are saying because it was way too what do you call that? It was way too wait. It was way too quiet. I mean way too ah uh, maybe you get what I mean, but yes, that's it. Now, number three is some of the scenes were a little bit boring. Some of the scenes were like repetitive, and it doesn't feel like it's in the story anymore. Now, that's my opinion, so what do you expect? Giggle. Oops. Now, it also feel the scenes some of the scenes also feel a little bit long, so maybe that's why I feel a little bit bored. Now, fourth, I think it's not really necessary to say this, but the camera angle was not centered. It should be centered because some of the parts of the stage, it was dark. It was dark. Um, the left side is like really light, then the right side is dark. Like, now that's I don't think it's really necessary to say that the camera angle is also a part in the play, because it's just like showing or filming the play. So yep, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed my my reaction video about Les Miserables. So thank you, ma'am, and God bless.